Hello from Tokyo. Today I'm going to do another swipe with the leftover turquoise green. I've had this for 3 paintings now, but I have some left. I don't want to waste it. I also have some of the light gold left, which I will use. They both have Mont Marte's silicone oil in them. There's just about 4 drops in both of those colors, but no oil in the rest. This is permanent blue violet. I'll use a tiny bit of that, but the main colors will be permanent red violet light and also this beautiful cobalt blue ultramarine. I love this blue, so I'm looking forward to using this one. The paints have been mixed to a very thin consistency with my usual pouring medium of clear PVA glue and water, and the white I made up a while ago. And can you see here there's lumps? I've just filtered this through using tights or pantyhose. You can do this with any other kind of netting, but it's a good idea to do this. So let's start with laying down the base. I already had some of the white paints in my tray from the previous pour, so I'm putting some on the edges like this because it helps for the paint to stick as it slides over when you're tilting it. And once the base paint is down, then pop all the air bubbles with a torch. And then let's lay down some of the colors. And I think I'm going to do it from here, this angle. I'm only going to put a tiny bit of this permanent blue violet on here because I don't want it to be strong. And I'll put a lot of the gold down though. So now I'm going to load the palette knife with some of the turquoise green. You can see there's so much paint on the canvas that it's starting to slightly come off at the side, but that's okay. And now let's do the first swipe. There are some cells and some lacing happening already, but I'm going to just now torch it a bit to see what else pops up. Can you see how the turquoise green becomes finer, almost like netting or webbing, whereas the other colors from underneath come to the surface? I'm putting down the colors for the next swipe and using a lot of the cobalt blue, but there's no problem putting down this much paint because there's such thin consistency, so when it dries it's not going to crack or anything like that. So this is why I'm putting quite a lot on there. And here's a little bit of that permanent blue violet as well for a bit of contrast, but a lot of gold again. I love putting this gold on. I think it really makes it shiny at the end, which is pretty. Check out the color on the palette knife after the swipe. It's so gorgeous. I realize here that we're actually shaking because we are going through an earthquake, but this is Tokyo, so it's just mild. This is a normal kind of shake, and I've just moved away from the table to pick up a kokeshi doll that fell off the shelf. But yeah, this is nothing here. You'll see it shake a little bit more. I've cut this so you don't have to see all of it. But I had no idea at this point of what was happening in other parts of Japan. And my heart and my thoughts are with the people of Ishikawa Prefecture. It's a beautiful place. I understand now that they're one of their wonderful morning markets. The whole area has burnt down as well. It's extreme tragedy at any time of year, but on New Year's Day. So yes, as I say, we're thinking of them very much. Once you've done the swiping and torching, so you've got all the cells and lacing there, then it's time to have a play around and try and to come up with a design that you like. I like to blow it out like this, or just changing the shape by moving the paint around literally with my fingers. So I'm going to be quiet now and speak to you in a little bit. And here we have the wet result of the painting, although I'm going to probably change that middle here because I'm not so sure of the swirly. But I love these colors together. I think the blue and the red violet go so well together, as well as that lacing with the turquoise. It's just the right amount. I just like the way it kind of peeks through. And I also love this corner here. It kind of reminds me of something ocean, kind of aquatic, maybe a seahorse, or even the colors actually of the whole painting. It does have a tropical fish kind of look to it. Maybe that's why I'm getting ocean. I am going to do a little bit more fixing of this. Take a bit of that blue off on the left top corner too. So now you can see the dried finished version. Here it is. You know, I love the gold sort of sandwiching the white part. It's really cool how that's happened, how it's spread like that. And then you get the colors all concentrated here. I like that contrast. By the way, I apologize again that I am using natural lighting, and for some reason today everything looks a bit darker when I am recording. Or maybe that's been going on for a little bit now. Maybe it's just because it's winter. I have no idea, but it is brighter. Anyway, isn't it beautiful? Aren't the colors great? So let's have a look at the iridescence or the shine coming from the gold. It is still a little bit wet in that middle section there where the white is, but everything else is dry. So I like this in other orientations this time. I think it works this way. You know, it can be horizontal, not vertical. I kind of like it this way up as well. It reminds me maybe of a crocodile at the top there, or somebody with a pointed hat looking downwards. I don't know. Be creative, right? Use your imagination. And isn't the gold lovely? I think it's just right. You don't have to overdo it with the metallics. Okay, now I cannot unsee the crocodile anymore. It looks like a crocodile and that's it to me. But I love this painting today. I absolutely love the color combinations. Did you like it too? Thank you so much for watching as always, and see you in the next one. Bye!